Okay.
Check. Look at that. I got levels.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
And I'm not hearing you coming back into my ear. Thank you, headphones.
How about now?
No. I didn't find out what was wrong the whole time, though. It was something really simple.
It was an A/B switch, wasn't it?
No, it was no. It's actually even more simple than that. It was coming through the Mac. Instead of putting it through my headphones, it was coming through the Mac. So now, yeah. So I said, she was right.
Did we start? By the way, did we start?
I
I did not hear a ring today. Did you forget to ring me?
No, I'm gonna just insert a ring right before this. But
okay.
Let me go ahead and start it again.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, go ahead and
I'm gonna call you.
Ring.
Okay.
I'm
gonna call you.
Me? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erca and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Mark.
I'm just making sure that you know at your age, because I know who I called. I have you right here in my phone, here on the phone call.
No, it's actually good that you check on me. You're supposed to check on your elders.
That's exactly what I'm doing. This is a wellness check. That's what we should change the name of the podcast to. It's the wellness check. That's actually write that down.
Another great name.
Yeah, I'm coming up with all kinds of new names for our stupid podcast that only my friend Chris listens to, and possibly your son.
Yeah. Oh, well, when he gets around to it, when I remind him.
Right. Yeah. You don't listen. Be honest. You don't listen to this, do you?
I do. Do
you
listen,
really?
But I am about 6 or 7 behind.
Oh wow. Well, how is it?
I should have been listening when I drove back and forth to Houston and San Antonio, but I was busy checking out. What I was doing was listening to my radio station.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why is there an echo? I can hear myself coming across your headphone. Put your goddamn headphones on.
You're supposed to put it like part way, aren't you?
No. What are you, air traffic controller? No.
I don't know. I forgot when I got into voice tracking. I just forgot how it's supposed to work. That's all.
That's
better?
a check. Just stop. Check. Yep, that's much better. It's all gone.
All right. How about if I move this one?
That's nope. That's really how deaf are you? Yeah, I mean, your headphones are on your head, and I can hear myself.
No, but I can't hear me. I can hear you.
Turn the volume down, you deaf old man.
Okay.
Here on the wellness check. Check your ears.
You're making it really difficult for me to maintain my attitude with you.
Oh, you have an attitude with me? Wait. Is this a good attitude or is this a bad? Most people have a bad attitude with me, and I'm pretty sure that it's me.
Well, I hate to say this, being a church boy that I am, and it's one of the deadly sins.
Oh, is it a sloth? Is it gluttony?
Enviness.
Enviness is not a word. Envy.
Yes.
That's your Bible commandment, right? Or sin, mortal sin, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's
all right.
I first, but then things are turning around.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a gun. Unstable.
Why?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
No.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
No, you're okay. Everything's fine.
I'm gonna keep it rolling.
Oh wait, now you're frozen.
Oh, there you
are. This is what happens with Mark, and Mark's internet sometimes, like him, doesn't work. All right, so hold on. We've established that the mortal sin that you're afflicted with when it comes to me is gluttony. No, envy. It was envy. Do you now? Can I guess why you envy me?
Yes.
There are many reasons. Let me see. Let's start. At my.
No, there's only one.
No, there's my piercing blue eyes. Is it that?
And I have blue eyes too, see?
Mine are very piercing, though. Yours are kind of old and dead now. Is it the fact that I have
my eyes are old and dead. That's where we are now.
That's right. Is it the fact that I have all this hair?
I still have my hair.
My hair looks good, though. On yours,
Turn
yours
around.
looks
Let me see the back of your head.
Look at that.
Ah, crap.
Thanks. It's just freaking beautiful. I spent Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it's shiny.
Yes.
Shiny back there. Mark just showed me the back of his head, something I thought I'd never see.
I got one. Back in the old days, I would hope you would have never seen it.
Oh, man, I wish we could unring that bell. But all right, let's see. You're envying me. You're envying me because I'm still so much funnier than you. No?
Yeah, you are kind of funny.
Do you envy that about me?
No.
Do you envy my dog that I have sitting here next to me all compliant and quiet?
Well, I do envy the fact that you're allowed to have a dog and I'm not.
Oh, I'm not allowed to have a dog.
No.
No. I'm not supposed to have a dog here in Condoland unless you're an owner and I rent. But the difference between me and everyone else is I don't care. And that's it's a dog. She's like 8 pounds. She's not going to hurt anything. All right. What else could you envy me about? My vast musical knowledge. No.
That you have, but no, I don't envy you about that.
All right. What about my superior command of Macintosh computers?
Well, we're closer now. It
Okay.
is your
All
ability to what?
To solve problems.
No, that's nice to have around. But
it's my ability to get a new car every year to year and a half, which is kind of a superpower, if you ask me, at my income level.
How about that you are able to move with times?
Yep. Do that.
And that you're actually going to be maybe taking on a responsibility.
Oh my God, am I pregnant? Do you know something I don't know?
No, I'm talking
thank
about
God.
like, you're allowed to move on. I can stumble through computers with the best of them. Mm-hmm. Yet you're able to keep moving on with technology. And then I got kind of. I'm glad you know it, and I'm glad you're doing things, but I didn't like the idea that you were going to be able to, at your age, which is almost just about a year or two younger than I am, you were able to get a job at Apple.
I have not gotten that job yet.
No, but I mean, but they didn't give you a thank you letter.
No, I'm on my third, hey, we're going to talk to people in June and July email about some seasonal help for later in the year. That's how they hire people. They only do it like once a year like that. So I keep getting emails that say, hey, click here to fill out more information instead of thanks for stopping by. I haven't got that yet.
Yeah, see, you didn't get the turn down letter. Remember the turn down letter when you would send your air check down and they would say, well, thank you for applying.
I still have the one from 95YNF that I got framed.
I got the first one I ever got. And you know where I sent my first one?
Where? Well,
I don't remember exactly that. I don't remember the exact call letters, but was it WBLI in Long Island? The rock station in Long Island?
Yeah, it's
that was
still there.
My first, my friend, I sent an air check tape from Bowder Broadcasting.
Oh my God. Why in the hell would you want to go to Long Island?
Why the hell would I think that somebody ran out of broadcasting school was going to go straight to Long Island?
Well, because, you obviously had a very high opinion of yourself. Cocaine, I would suspect, played a minor role in buying those stamps.
The one thing that was kind of cool, though, was the fact that I did end up in Market 48 to start off with.
Which was?
West Palm.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Clewiston because that's...
Well, I was at West Palm, Clewiston, then West Palm.
Oh, so you bounced. So you were an intern. That doesn't count in West Palm.
I was an intern in West Palm, and then I got a job at OVV, and then they wouldn't give me full time, so I took a full time job in Belle Glade.
You took the old WFRC job, did you? Yeah. Was that the call letters?
WBLG.
BLG. I don't remember.
And then Dave Denver called me there and brought me back over to do overnights at OVV.
Aha, Dave Denver. Whatever happened to that guy?
He's still around. I think he still works for iHeart. I think he's still in West Palm.
God, how are any of these people still alive at your age?
I don't know.
How old were you when you were an intern? Were you like 35 when you were an intern?
30.
Oh my God, I was kidding.
No.
You really...
I started this business way late.
Yeah.
Some would say well past my prime.
Some would say. Yeah, I would be one of those.
But anyway, you see this here? It says maybe Lucy. You see this?
Oh yeah, for your text message.
On my phone.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is why I'm no longer because
you got a girlfriend?
The email came from Richard.Freeman at cheerful.com. But it said, hello. Ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm Lucy from the HR team at Google.
Oh.
And we've recently seen your excellent background.
Excellent.
And would like to introduce you to a remote, high-paying job opportunity.
All right.
You can choose to work part-time or full-time, and work is simple enough to be done from home. So you'll be approximately 60 minutes a day, and we'll pay you $300 to $700 for that 1 hour per day.
Mark, this sounds like a tremendous opportunity.
Ensuring that you'll earn no less than $10,000 a month.
$10,000?
Paid daily, in addition
Daily.
to 15 to 25 days of paid annual leave. I don't know why you would need time off when you're only working an hour.
Especially at your age, yeah.
The hiring requirement, I must be at least 22 years of age.
You are.
Now, if I'm interested, this is how Google gets in touch with you. This is why I know it's real. You can write them via WhatsApp app.
It's called WhatsApp, not WhatsApp app.
Okay, that one.
It's just WhatsApp,
And it's
that's
a
how
phone
I
number.
buy my. That's how I buy my Chinese watches.
Or
a new one.
Telegram.
New one. Look at that. There's a
That's
new one
pretty.
right there. New Chinese watch.
Telegram, whatever that is, and then it's EY941. That's got to be Google.
So, did you respond?
We look forward to working with you for your bright future. Now, I didn't do it yet because I just wanted to rub it in your face.
All right, I had no. I have a perfect response for you for
Okay.
Lucy. Ready?
Yes.
It's 3 words. Very simple.
Okay.
And I want you to end it with an exclamation point. Type SHOW
SHOW
space
space
ME.
ME
Oh, it's 4 words. YOUR.
space between me.
Yep. Space.
YOUR
Yep. Tits. TITS.
TI. That's not going to get a job from Lucy.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know? Lucy's forward enough to message a married man. See if she'll do it.
From Richard's computer.
What's the worst that could happen? Richard sends you Lucy's tits.
I mean, who can't trust a guy named Dick?
I mean, obviously.
This is a spam thing, isn't it?
No.
This is
I'm sure it's real, Mark. Make sure you give them your credit card number and your banking information too, because they're going to.
They needed my bank account information to deposit my daily income. I
know somebody who recently fell for that scam who is my age, a year younger than me. Totally fell for it, and I literally called them and I said, "You have to call your bank right now and tell them what you did." Well, no, that's for this job. No, it isn't. Call your bank right now and tell them what you did, and they will make sure that your account gets frozen and nothing gets taken out of there. And he's like, "Are you serious?" Yes. How do you not know this? So
I'm so paranoid now from the times I've made mistakes like that, where I've actually now have frozen my credit bureau.
Yep.
I do 3 of them, and then I
do that.
froze all my cards, and I get the embarrassing, "Sir, did you turn your card off?" "Oh yes, excuse me,
dude." Same thing happened last time. Last 2 or 3 times I've been going. I went to buy a car. It's like, "Hey, your credit is frozen. Can you log in and unfreeze that?" "Oh shit, sorry, that's my bad." And they're like, "Oh, you have an 824 credit score. You're fine." That's what I thought you'd say. Yes, but let's get you our most expensive rate, since you obviously have good credit. So. Hold on. Are you looking for another job?
No. I was just joking with you. I knew that was not true. But no, I can't make that much money.
I could get you in the Apple store, you know?
Oh, could you just see me? I don't know. Let me ask.
They wouldn't even have you for a security guard. You just let people go. It's like, look. I guess you really need this phone. Go ahead and take it. Just take it. I know times are tough for you.
I couldn't even operate the iPad to direct people in and sit them down for the next available person. No.
Oh my God.
That ship sailed.
So last time we talked, we were talking about iOS 26 you were asking me about. And obviously, I knew nothing about it because it hadn't been released. Well, since we've talked, it's been released.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about that in just a second. Let's take a quick break first.
All right.
Because I almost forgot last time I had a forced break in. Sounds a little off.
Sounds a little gay.
Erca and Mark. The phone call.
Okay, we're back.
All right. What are you laughing
That
at?
almost sounded like an off. That sounded like an I forgot break two right there.
Yeah, well, at your age, and you want to work at the Apple Store. Okay. I think that's a
Or
terrible
Google.
idea. Right.
Even,
it's a
even
terrible
a
idea.
fake Google's not safe for me.
So what do you want to know first about the new Mac operating system, iOS 26? iPhone, iOS 26.
Okay, so on the phone. So I've been seeing a lot of different things on there. It's like an enhanced map. Now, are they doing a thing with police officers and everything now? Like
That's got nothing to do with Apple. That is a third-party app from a company called Waze, W-A-Z-E.
I have Waze.
Oh, so you know how to pronounce it because people your age tend to pronounce it Waze or Waze.
Waze.
No,
It's French.
It's freaking Waze. It's Waze, goddammit. You have to yell at them sometimes so they remember. So are you familiar with Windows Vista from many, many years ago, a long time ago?
Okay. Remind me, is this when they had the flying toasters?
I don't know if it was that far back. Windows Vista was a long time ago. It's one of those operating systems that never really worked. It was a beautiful operating system, and the windows were all kind of clear. You could kind of see through the background of each window you had open. It was very pretty, and Apple has decided that it was very pretty, and that they're going to steal that whole idea, and that's going to be the whole new operating system is going to be like these clear icons for everything, clear icons in Windows, and they're going to do it in the computers as well.
Interesting.
It's called Liquid Glass.
Okay, I've heard about this, and I heard people like making fun of it.
Yeah, because it's freaking Windows Vista, and all the Windows fanboys who hate Mac, they are not wrong because that's exactly what it is. There's all kinds of cool things this thing's going to do, though. Especially if you have an iPad, which we won't go into because I know they scare you. You don't understand them.
No.
But so what they can do. So our big voice guy Brian, he's up in New York this week, and he's got to cut some emergency audio even though he's on vacation. So he has his iPad with him, and he was over at the B&H broadcaster store. The B&H warehouse you always order the equipment from. So he's like right there at their store in Brooklyn. He's there, like where all these old Jews sell all this outdated equipment, which is what that's what that store is. I mean, that's and their prices are fantastic. I've been buying stuff from there for years, and I will continue because love that website. But he's actually in the store, and he shows me this little microphone that's about as big as your hand. It's tiny. Wow. And it's got a USB-C plug, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he plugs it into his iPad, and he goes from sounding like he's way off mic over here to being right on the microphone like this with noise canceling. And I'm like, where the hell did you get that? And he said, yeah, I was down there and they had this. It was $80.
Oh my.
And I'm like, you could literally do voiceover. You could just drive around the country in your truck and be a nomad and pull over a couple times an hour to do voiceover and then keep driving. Nobody would ever know that you're not in your big fancy studio with your expensive microphone and equipment. It's amazing. Just amazing.
That's crazy.
But anyway, the new phone will work with that microphone and the old phone. We've got AirPods Pro 2 are now they've gone from $249 to $169, and I have the AirPod Pro 2. They are fantastic, and I think I paid $249 for mine.
Yeah, they're pricey.
But do you know what they are? Totally worth it. They're amazing. What else we have here? We've got there's a lot of notes. The thing is going to do a lot more stuff, and it's going to do it with clear windows. Is the best way to explain it to somebody your age. Does that make sense?
Yes. I know that they were saying that the watch is going to have like notes and things, and it's also going to be a way to you can be able to move your wrist and shake your wrist or something to disconnect the call if you don't want to call. Like flush off a call.
Yeah.
And then what I really like was when you're talking about the iPad was interesting because iPads are really a lot more affordable than I got a basic Mac and it cost me $1,100.
Something like that.
Yeah, for the Mac Air, and it's only a 13-inch screen. But the iPads, they said where they were the write up said something about like where it's going to literally change people buying Windows computers. It's going to be it. It's a game changer.
I have owned pretty much everything Apple has made since the late 90s. I mean, I had the first iPod. I wish I still had it. I had the iPhone day one. I went and got an iPhone.
Right.
I mean, and my daughter broke it 3 days later, back before anybody had an iPhone repair store, and I had to send it to some dude in San Francisco I found on the internet to get it fixed. That was stressful. It's getting a little bit of a blurred line between the computer and the phones and the iPads. They're all kind of becoming the same operating system. I think that this laptop I have now, this might be my last laptop. And the one thing I've never owned is an iPad. I've never had the need for an iPad because I've always had the best iPhone and I always have the best MacBook Pro. The hell do I need an iPad for? Just take my laptop with me. But now I'm really thinking about getting an iPad and seeing if I can live in a world where it replaces my computer, my laptop.
Well, they said it's like you can get you can click right onto
a keyboard, yeah,
keyboard and everything for that now.
Yeah. So I do have some budget money at work, so my boss might be buying me a new iPad. He just doesn't know it yet, and it's going to be an expensive one.
And I think they're going to change all the. I guess eventually they're going to have to get rid of my 11 because they're going to change all the chargers too, right?
Oh, well, they already did. I think 2 phones ago we got the USB-C chargers.
Yeah.
Those Lightning chargers that you have now, those things are way outdated technology. There's nothing new. I don't think that they sell those with anymore. No. Apple finally gave up and said, all right. You know why they did that is because of the European Union. They got sick of Apple having their own proprietary shit, and they have laws that protect people from having to buy proprietary shit like that. So they forced Apple to change. They forced Apple to make everything the same. If you have an Android phone or if you have an Apple phone, same chargers to charge your phone.
Oh, wow.
So that's what they did because Android switched to USB-C a long time ago.
Okay.
And that's kind of what forced Apple to do it. And then when they had to do it for Europe, they're like, well, we'll just do it for everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they beat the small children in China who make the phones into remission and change the charger.
Well, it's smart because now you're going to force everybody to get new chargers. What about your chargers in your car though? Like it's like do they have
new cars
plug into the?
Most new cars have both. My new car has both. I have USB-A and USB-C.
I wish I did. I have a 2022, so I don't have. I just don't have the USBs. That's it. But they're USBs.
Whoa! You have USB in your car?
Yeah, I have USB in my car.
It's just USB-C, isn't it?
Yes. Can you get those cables, long cables like that? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can get USB-C that goes to Lightning. I have one actually.
Because the only thing I have that requires that is my watch.
Well, your watch has a whole different, like a little circle charger thing.
Yeah, but it plugs into that plugs into
so
with the smaller amount.
How do you charge your phone in the car?
In my car, I just plug it into my USB. That's
so
it works.
So you do have a cable. All right.
But I would like to get the new cars now, and the new Tucson's like I have now. They actually have the magnetic charger where you just put it in there.
Yeah, it's not magnetic. It's just a wireless charger.
Yeah, and
my car has that too. Do you know what it does?
No,
it makes my phone really hot and doesn't charge my phone.
Oh,
that's pretty much most people's experiences with wireless charging in phones. They call them phone heaters.
I know one thing that even when I'm charging my car, when I'm driving, I have to put it down in one of the little slots. That if I have it up top where the sun can get to it, or
no,
it's hot.
No, that's got nothing to do with the sun. Mine is underneath the dashboard of my car, like right next to the shifter, in the total shade, and all it does is cook my phone.
Oh crap!
the Tesla was the same way. The Cadillac was the same way.
So they don't have those down pat yet.
No, they have not. They've not made that work very well.
Yeah. At home, I have one of those. You just kind of set the phone on like a charger stand, and the watch goes on top of that.
Boy, how did you hear that just now?
What's that?
That's the sound of the last person listening to this podcast who's turned it off. They're gone now, so it's just us. We can say whatever we want.
Good. Okay, I got a quiz for you, Smarty Pants. We're gonna see how well how well versed you are in technology.
And we'll see how well Mark can string a sentence together right after this.
Erca and Mark. The phone call.
Right. So according to this, from Beautiful Words, it says 90% of the people do not know these full forms.
Who are these people? Are these Polish people? Or
these are people that they've been quizzing. Not many people know. Like, for example, what Wi-Fi stands for.
Ah, all right.
Do you know what Wi-Fi stands for?
Wide fidelity.
Close.
No, I have no idea.
Wireless.
Wireless.
Very close, though. Yeah.
Fidelity, really?
No. Yeah. Wireless fidelity. Yeah.
Oh, that was close. Do you know what AM stands for?
Yes. Anti-meridian?
No, for radio, like AM radio.
Oh, no.
You don't know what that means? What about FM radio?
No.
AM radio is amplitude modulation.
Amplitude. Okay.
And I remember this very well because I did know this. I had an engineer ask me this at my first radio job when I was like 19 years old, because he was like, well, let's see what you know, little smart kid. What's AM radio stand for? I said amplitude modulation. And he's like, okay, what about FM? And I said, fucking magic. And he said, you're going to be all right. Frequency modulation, by the way.
That's funny because they did teach us a small area of engineering, and I didn't. I paid attention to that as much as I did my first wife.
Clearly, so already, you're 0 stars on my quiz so far. Let's get back to your quiz, though.
ATM.
Ass to mouth. No. Automatic teller machine.
Yes.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. But that, you know what, though? That's kind of funny because that could also stand for butt kissing, too. Okay.
Well,
you know this one, right? But a lot of people do not know this.
What?
RIP.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay. Everybody should know.
Retards in paradise, yes.
Yes, there it is. Okay, how about this? VIP.
VIP. Oh, boy. Venereal infectious people.
That's about right, because that's what they are. Very important person.
I know what it stands for.
CEO.
Chief Operating Officer. Chief Executive Officer,
There
sorry.
you go.
COO is the other one.
QR. Now, this is, I had no idea.
QR. Quasimodo record. I don't know what QR code means.
Now, this is what they say it means, but I don't believe it. This seems like there's an extra word in there by mistake. But they say it's code, quick response code. But I would believe QR could be quick response code, right?
It is quick responch code, according to my quick Google search. Yes,
that makes sense. Okay, what's a PIN?
A PIN, that is that's your private information network nerd. PIN, your PIN number.
Yes.
Your it's private is right.
Personal
information.
Identification.
Nodule.
Number.
Number.
Very good.
I'm trying to make this harder than it is as
IQ.
usual. IQ, intelligence quotient.
Yes. PhD.
PhD. That's
No, I did not know this. I just knew doctor.
boy, what does PhD stands for? It's physical high definition. I don't know.
Doctor of Philosophy. Did you know that?
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah,
Which is it? Is it physiology, philosophy?
Yes.
Which is it?
Both. PDF.
Feel we cleared that up.
I like
PDF.
that one. I didn't know what this was either.
Oh God, I used to know what PDF stood for. It was the D is for document.
Right.
Personal.
Portable
Document file.
format. Yes. Sim. What's a sim?
Sim. You're a sim. That's what it's sim. I don't know what a sim is.
Subscriber identity module.
Huh. I didn't know that.
SMS.
That's people who have Android phones and piss everybody off in a group chat because it's goddamn green. Get an iPhone. Grow up with your stupid Android phones.
My son is like all about Android.
Oh my God, he's a contrarian.
And then he goes, "Well, if you got an Android, you wouldn't have this much trouble with your videos." And
just say, I have enough money in my retirement for an iPhone. That's all you got to say. I have no idea what SIM stands for.
Short message services.
That's SMS. Oh, that's SMS.
Yeah.
Short
WWW.
World Wide Web.
Yeah. TRP. You should know that one.
TRP. Well, use it in a sentence.
I can't.
You can't?
Well, All in the Family was doing real well when the ratings were up.
When the ratings were All in the Family was doing well. Total.
And any television show is doing well when the points are right.
I have no idea. Your hints are terrible.
Television rating point.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking about television.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that's why I thought you may know about the. Well, you probably don't pay attention to that anyway.
No, we have terrible ratings. That's not true. I know about hut levels, putt levels. Do you know what a hut level is?
Yes.
What?
Turned up too loud.
No.
Modulated.
Households using television.
Oh.
And a putt level is persons using television. And that's how we measure the audience from the samples that we get from the very effective Nielsen company.
Yes, I got $5 from them. So did my wife.
You gave it back, I hope.
No.
Oh, yeah, you used to be in radio. You can't keep that.
I said that, but it's okay because I'm no longer involved.
Huh. So you stole their money.
And actually did the truth. I told the truth.
All right, so you and Jesus are good with stealing $5.
Yep. I told the truth, though.
Did you give it to the church?
I shouldn't have gave it to who I gave it to because I should have just said somebody different. But
did you give it to a homeless guy when looking for beer?
No,
that's
the
what
money
I
I
would have
kept
done.
it.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm talking about the ratings. I should have given
the ratings book.
But I do listen to them, so that's the only one I can find. It's a talk show that drives me insane. That's why I listen to it. Like Howard Stern crap. Not as good, but same thing.
All right.
People listen to them because they hate them.
All right, give me another one.
GPS.
Global Positioning Sensor.
System. VPN.
Virtual Private Network.
And that's it. You got it. That one. Is a VPN really worth the money?
Man, you can get that shit for free.
I was looking at DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
And things like that, just to have your own.
All right, so I shouldn't tell you this.
Right.
If you can download a browser called Opera. And no, don't do this. Probably don't do this because you're just going to get in trouble. Opera is the browser that you use to access the dark web. And it's got a built-in VPN. And it works pretty well. Not that I've ever bought an Afghani child from the dark web. That's one of my confessions when I get telemarketers, especially the ones from Pakistan or India, and there's like, we are going to need you to pay us otherwise you're going to be the police is coming to your door. I'm like, oh no. So how do you want me to pay you? We need you to go to the Walmart and get the gift cards. Is this about that Afghani kid that I bought in the dark web? We need $2,000 in gift cards. So maybe this is about the shoulder-fired missile I bought in the dark web. Look, I'm not going to use that. I just have it. I just wanted to have it. I'm confessing to all these crimes that I didn't do. To see, and every now and then, I will call somebody a Paki. And if they're an Indian, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. And just like the Indians don't like being called. The Indians don't like being called Packies, and I always have to Google the racial slur for
Indian.
No, it's a racial slur. Let's be honest, it is. Did I tell the story a couple of weeks ago about my most recent encounter with a telemarketer? I thought I told you this story. Remember when India and Pakistan were bombing each other?
Oh, yeah.
I could swear I told this story. I'll just tell it to you again because you've obviously forgotten and no one else is listening. So I hardly ever answer these calls, but every now and then I get a wild hair up my ass and I'm just in the mood to fight with somebody. So I answered. And it's just like, hello, my name is Kelly, and I am calling from Expedia, and I want to offer you some travel discounts. Do you have a moment to talk, sir or ma'am? And I'm like, Kelly, we're at war right now. These goddamn packy bastards are bombing the shit out of us. Well, you got the balls to ask me about travel? You need to be out there. You need to get in an airplane, in a fighter jet. I need you killing these Pakistani bastards right now. We're at war, goddammit. Well, if you're not interested, how are you listening to me? Are you an AI? Tell me if you're a person. I am not an AI. I assure you, I am from Expedia. Well, get yourself an Expedia travel deal and get your ass over there. We're at war, and I need you killing Packies right now. Finally, she hung up on me when I said killing Packies.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I'm sitting there watching the Indian news channel, which, by the way, if you ever get a chance to do, is some good fun. Here's what the Indian news anchors are like. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're all taking turns, and they will have like 4 of them in a box who are all talking over each other, and a reporter down in the corner who's out at the live scene where all the bombings are going on. And you got one girl who's like, these Pakistanis, they better not bomb the temple, because if they do, the escalation will be Hey, hold on 1 minute. We got somebody. They're all yelling at each other like someone is pointing guns at them. And if you don't get your message across, you're going to be shot. And it's the most exhausting. It is the most exhausting, entertaining thing that I've ever seen in my life is the Indian news channel on YouTube. And I dramatically encourage you to try and watch it for more than 30 seconds. And also, if you need to brush up on your accent a little bit, you can go there and watch when you'll get it back quickly. You know how to say, you kids get away from that game. Would you like a bag? Hey, mister, pay before you pump. You got to pay. That's what the Indian news channel is good for. It's for practice.
Oh my.
Oh yes. Oh my.
All right. Well, I want to ask you something before we wrap things up.
All right, but you have to stop me from doing the Indian voice. Yell at me if I slip back into it, because it could happen.
Yeah. This podcast is going to air after Father's Day. We're recording it before Father's Day.
Right.
So
when is my dad's been dead for like 15 years.
Coming
when
up
is Father's Day?
On Sunday. And you remember we used to do this bit that no one took us up on. You remember when we first started where we could ask any questions?
Yes. You can always ask me any questions.
I know that.
But you want to ask me if I celebrate Father's Day?
Yeah. What happens with that now? Because here's the deal. If you don't take one or the other, you're going to get out. You're going to lose out on a present. The kids don't buy us many stuff as it is.
My daughter doesn't have any money.
They supply us with happiness and some pissed off moments, and they're just they're great to have. But you got to make them work for it at least one time.
We've never really made a big deal about Father's Day here at the house.
Okay, because see, I purposely booked a very expensive restaurant in Lafayette.
Wow, who's paying for that?
I said didn't tell them it's Father's Day. I said we're gonna come meet and have dinner. Huh? He said okay. Now we'll see who picks up the tab.
Where's your daughter in all this?
And of course, I'm saying that now because this is before Father's Day. But my daughter, forget about it. Yeah. I can tell you exactly. No, I can't tell you exactly, but I can tell you 1 year she was working at the Miramar outlet.
Okay.
Okay, and she was at that jewelry place that sells those really expensive watches.
Yep. That's lots of places, but yes.
And the big jewelry store there that has like the Rolexes and all that.
Yeah.
And then she had also worked part-time at Kenneth Cole.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you, that year for Christmas, I got a new pair of Kenneth Cole shoes, some Kenneth Cole jeans and shirts and cologne, and a really nice watch. I'm telling you, she must have dropped. I think she paid enough to make up for like all past Father's Days and Christmas. That was Christmas, but it was a great.
Wow.
But since then, nothing.
Man. You know what? That's pretty good deal though.
But that's okay. I don't expect it. I don't really expect it. But I'm just kind of curious. It's like, I remember when they were little, you always got the stuff that was made at school, but when they get big, not much left to do.
No, I mean, I don't get upset about it. I don't really think about it, to be honest with you. It's just another day. Yeah.
And my father's passed too. My father's now been gone. I just found out. Saw it the other day pop up on my, about a month or two ago, I saw it pop up on my thing where we had put his ashes out in the Atlantic in international waters.
Yeah.
And it's been almost 10 years now. Yeah,
wow.
I know.
Your dad outlived my dad. How's that possible?
I don't know. Well, he's fermented my dad. I mean,
how old was your dad?
82.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, mine was 68.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I live as long as my dad did, I got less than 10 years.
68. So what did he die of?
Leukemia.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
He wasn't a smoker, right?
No, when we were kids, he was, yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody did back then. That's when it was real tobacco.
Right.
That was before they turned it into a crack.
That was before the TV got a hold of everybody and said, hey, you shouldn't smoke. It's bad for you. Well, my doctor in the 60s said it was okay.
But your dad wasn't a drinker, though, at all, right?
Not really, no. So no real drinkers in my family that I know of. A couple cousins.
My aunt, who's still alive, my dad's sister, told me that my dad started drinking when he was about 12 or 13 years old.
Ooh, so he was pickled is why he lived so
what
long.
Is that? Is that 70 years? Am I right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he smoke?
Yes.
Oh, because you know why? Because nothing goes better with drinking than smoking.
Yeah, he quit for a minute, but then he would pick it right back up again. One time we had him in a he had to go to the hospital because he was sick. He had I forgot what it was. It was something to do with his diabetes and all that stuff. And they had him in a hospital. And then what they did was they wouldn't release him to his own home. He had to go to one of our homes. So my brother decided to take him. And so he was in the hospital for a month and at my brother's house for a month. So 2 months with no drinking and no, it was actually a total of 90 days.
Well, I hope he detoxed before he got there.
Well, he was detoxed already. So when he got, but the minute he got home, I thought, this is it. He should be done drinking and smoking. He hasn't touched either one.
No, man, fire it right back up. Let's go.
He went right back like he didn't miss a beat. Went right back into it.
You know, if somebody is old and they know they're going to die, do you really want to deny them the things that they're addicted to? Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're going to die honestly,
anyway. When you drinkers and stuff, it's one thing to be just, you have a dad that's, in his 80s and he's still drinking his 2 martinis or whatever. That's not the same as just drink, waking up and have to drink to steady your hand and all that kind of stuff. So when you're that bad of a drinker, you have some unresolved issues of some sort.
My sister and I have plans to become old lady alcoholics because her husband's much older than her. So if he dies before her, then she and I will probably live together, and we will probably just drink after we're retired. We'll just we'll be those people that go get like a Moscow Mule for lunch, or perhaps a mint julep with a hamburger. And then perhaps a nice bottle of wine for dinner, maybe 2. And to have a nightcap, we'll teach ourselves how to make smoked old fashioned. I mean, that's a little
that's a little different than It's like, so I just look at it as like, I'm just glad that he's gone and that he is no longer suffering with whatever that was.
Yeah.
That had to have been a big pain in the ass to maintain that lifestyle.
I don't understand addiction at all because everybody says that it's a disease. And I guess I get that it is because it could rewire your brain and give you these compulsions. I get it. I just don't see how, though, even though your brain's rewired, that it's still not a choice. Because, I used to almost half argue with my one of my friends who went into the program, and he said, well, no, it's really a disease. And I said, no. Cancer is a disease. You can't just wake up in the morning and not go down to the cancer store and not buy a bottle of cancer to drink.
Well, I always just say the same thing, too, because one thing is like I always had my excuses, and my excuses for my bad behavior was because of my alcohol or my drug intake and stuff. But you know what? Honestly, making it transparent as possible, I knew exactly what I was doing.
Yep.
I just didn't care.
Right.
So did it lower my
that I can respect.
Yeah. Did it lower my values? Oh yes. Did it make did it take the fear out of I might get caught? Oh yeah. But waking up and saying, I don't know what happened. No, you know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. And it's those kind of things. But people in the program, boy, they don't like to hear that kind of stuff and everything. And then I've heard the disease too, and it's like, okay, it's a disease, but it's also a choice involved.
I mean, I guess you
don't have a choice of getting cancer. Now, you might have got a cancer because you smoke.
That's a disease.
Not a choice.
No, cancer is a disease.
And there's a choice of you using is a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. You may have a hard time breaking it, but it's a choice. There's something motivating you. Now, where the mental picture comes in, the mental part of it, the mental disease, is whatever's in that mind of yours that you're self-medicating. Whatever that is, whatever that could be. And that could be a lot of things.
That's like me with donuts. But then when I start getting too fat, I'm like, all right, no more donuts. God damn it. I love donuts.
I tell stories at the group meeting because it's like, I honestly, there for a minute, I was treating getting a donut like I was going to go see a dealer. I would wait for my wife. Well, honey, are you take a separate car to the gym? Well, why would you want to do that? Well, I thought aren't you going over here today? And so why don't you take your uncle and we kind of go our way.
You just can't give it up, can you?
And go and sneak around and it was so funny. And I finally went to her one day and I said, listen, I got to talk to you about something. And it's a little embarrassing.
The donut confession.
But I got to clear myself. I got to make amends for this because I got to clear myself because I'm just making a fool out of myself and I'm just getting really tired of it. And I can see this behavior, the drug addict behavior just hasn't left me. And she's like really freaking out,
Yeah.
Like, get to the point, will you? You're killing me over here, Smalls.
What did you do?
Yeah, that was the look I got. And I go, I've been sneaking donuts. And I said, I literally, not only do when I come in the house, I take everything in a bag and then I wrap it in another bag and then I hide it underneath the trash. In the trash can, I lift the trash up and put it. So when you put the trash out,
man,
you never see the Dunkin' Donut bag.
You can take the addict out of West Virginia, but you can't take the West Virginia out of the addict, can you?
And that's what I try to tell my guys. I said, so just think like when they say about relapse, when we have the lesson on relapse, which was just this last Tuesday, I said, you just got to remember, man, it's not just drugs and stuff. It's the addict behavior that can go with anything.
See, and there's where we're different. I'm very open about my donuts. When people come over to my house, I don't take my donuts and hide them in the fucking bathroom tank in my toilet.
Well, I would only hide them just in case nobody would ask for one.
See, I don't even care about it. You want a donut? Go get it. I'll go buy more donuts.
I couldn't. Just like I did with my Coke. I'm not sharing.
Yeah, see, this is why I can't relate to the addict behavior. I'm like, you want donuts? Take some fucking donuts.
It's beyond retarded.
And nobody looks at me and says, oh my God, you're eating donuts again? Because, yeah, I am.
Oh, gosh.
I like them with my coffee. It's not like I eat them all the time. I like to have about 3 of those little powdered donuts with a cup of coffee. Is that so wrong? Is that bad?
So now here's the difference between an addict and a person enjoys sweets.
Yeah.
I can't get the small bag of donut chocolate or or the
powdered ones.
Powdered ones, because I will eat the entire bag in one sitting.
And you'll snort the leftover powder in the bottom of the powdered donuts.
No, another thing, I can no longer support the Girl Scouts and their cookie drive.
Was it?
I will eat a box of Thin Mints before I get home. I'll eat the box before I get home. I eat an entire sleeve and sometimes 2 in one sitting.
Yeah. I can't relate, dude. I can make a pizza. Like, I love my homemade pizzas. I might make one for dinner tonight now that we're talking about it. And I could easily eat the entire pizza because, as Dave Roberts taught us once, every pizza is personal if you believe in yourself. But I know that I will enjoy the other half of that pizza tomorrow. And if I eat the whole thing right now, tomorrow, I'm going to be like, why didn't you just save yourself a half a pizza? So I will. So I'll save myself a half a pizza so that I can literally eat it tomorrow. When I'm hungry at 9 o'clock, don't think I'm not sitting there thinking, you could just eat like one of those pieces of pizza and you got 2 for tomorrow. That's still 2. No, you're going to want 3 tomorrow. Then you're going to be pissed at yourself. So I'll just be like, fine, I'll wait
you would
until
be
tomorrow.
A horrible addict.
I would be. Yeah, I know.
You would fail at being an addict.
I know. I know. Believe me, I know. I know that I should. And did I tell you how I gave up drinking Coca-Cola? I gave up Coke too, buddy. It's not just you. So I love Cherry Coke.
Okay.
And it's the Lord's Chicken Store that makes me love Cherry Coke. So I would buy those little 8-ounce little cans. You know, the cans are about as big as your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Time. And anytime that somebody would give me like a full-size Coke, I'd be like, what do you want me to do with this? This is way too much. So I would just drink those little 8-ounce cans, and I wouldn't drink 2 or 3 of them. I would drink 1 of them.
Oh, that's...
And when I'm out of it, and it's like, oh, I still have food left, but I drank all my Coke. Let me go get some water. And I just go get some water.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink 2 of those things. But I knew that I need to stop drinking Coke because that stuff is so bad for you. It's fine. You can do anything when you're young. But at our age, you got to stop that shit, man.
Oh.
You really do. So I thought to myself, all right, I really need to quit. But I really don't want to quit. I really need to quit. And I was wrestling with it. And then I go to Publix one day looking for my little things of Cherry Coke. They're out of them. They got the big cans. They got the 2 liters, but they don't have my cute little 8-ounce cans of Cherry Coke. I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, I guess I just quit drinking Cherry Coke, huh? And you would think that. And the next time I went back to Publix, there was a whole bunch of them. They were stacked everywhere. They had tons of them. But I was like, I'm already off of you. I don't need to get another one.
Oh, so they did it to you.
They did it. Because they were out of it that one day. I was just off of it. And now and every now and then I will drink one. If I go to Del Taco, they got Cherry Coke there. I'll get a small Cherry Coke. It doesn't taste very good anymore. I don't even like it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have tea.
I treat sodas and stuff like that, soft drinks as like a treat.
I just don't like them. I mean,
I drink water with every meal I have.
Yeah, I buy expensive water. That's my treat to myself. I like Voss. I like Evian. I like Aquapana. I have all those in my fridge right now.
I use the one. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's spelled TAP.
That's a tape water.
Tape water. That's a kind I use.
That's what they call it up there in Louisiana. Right there. Y'all want some tape water? Yeah. You get some crawdads in your tape water.
It kind of filter out the mighty Mississippi. Gross.
This kind of makes me sick thinking about that. All right, we've talked way too long about nothing again.
Exactly. We did it again.
God help anybody who made it this far. I apologize on behalf of Mark.
We should have awards for people that listen.
No, there's no prize. There's none. I got nothing. I got nothing to give them. I got some donuts. I would give up a couple of my donuts. Actually, I'm currently out of donuts. I've been out of donuts all week, and I'm just like, I should go get donuts.
Email us at Erca and Mark.
A&D
podcast.
Mark podcast.
Podcast
at Gmail.
Gmail, and we'll send me your address, and we'll mail you a donut.
Yeah, I'll mail you a powdered donut
and a kolache. I'll send them a kolache from here.
DEA's knocking on my door. You mailed this powdery substance in the U.S. mail. Would you like to explain further? Because it tested positive. For what? For sugar. For powder. It's powdered sugar. It's all it is.
I can send them one of those kolaches too. They'll love that.
I don't know what the hell that is. What's a kolache?
Kolache?
No.
It is. It
sounds foreign.
What is the what do they call the things that your mom used to make and grandmas used to make mainly, where they roll out the dough?
That's a pizookie.
And roll a little small hot dog in it.
That's God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pigs in a blanket.
Yes, that's basically that. But they have different things in it. It's like sometimes it's sausage and sometimes it's boudin, things like that. It's actually I
don't know what that is.
It's boudin.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, you don't want to know, but it's good tasting. You just don't want to know where it comes from.
Why don't I want to know? Was it got like figs in it or something? What?
No, it's not even about that. It's just animal parts that don't belong in places.
Oh, it's got like bull testicles and
it's
like
one of those things.
yak nuts. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to know that. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah.
Best not to tell me where food's coming from most of the time.
Right. Rocky Mountain oysters. Well, hell, how you got oysters in the Rocky Mountains? Just try them. You'll like them. Hell, all right.
All right, my friend.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters. We'll leave them with that.
There you go. How do you like that?
Have a nice week, Mark.
You too.
Yeah, I'll check in with you next week, okay?
Okay. Hey, do you know when the Meals for Wheels are coming?
No.
Erca and Mark. The phone call.